Levarme la moustache en la capucha. Casito patanilo, mira tacachiquipuletica. Casito patanilo, mira tacachiquipuletica. Casito patanilo, mira tacachiquipuletica. Casito patanilo, mira tacachiquitacachiquito patanilo, mira tacachiquipuletica. Casito patanilo, mira tacachiquipuletica. Casito patanilo, mira tacachiquipuletica. Sammy, levarme la moustache en la capucha.
What's going on? This is your man John Fortune, your host of the Frustrated Fan Sports Show, and today, which will probably be tomorrow, there is a big thing going on in Washington or Asheville, I guess Washington Football Team Park. Washington will actually be inviting two free agents who were just recently released, one from Chicago, the other one from the Miami Dolphins, and they will make a plan of signing both, one or neither. So here's my assessment of both players. I wanted to make sure that these were the only two players coming, but this is my assessment of the two players. First, I'm going to start off with Charles Leno. Charles Leno Jr. He's the offensive tackle that used to be in Chicago, was the starter there at left tackle. But the thing about what we're planning on doing at this point is kind of weird because of the fact that we're getting ready to sign another tackle. Charles Leno can play guard, but we're getting ready to sign another tackle. Not only that, his competition is actually guys that it's one tackle that he went up against that he actually beat out in Cornelius Lucas. So it's kind of a crazy aspect to know that they would bring him in and try to bring him in as a starter at that. I don't really get it. I understand wanting a guy who, by the way, has been like our Morgan Moses. He's also been an Iron Man. He averages 16 games a season. He's been very durable. The problem is that he's almost 30. And being as though we're trying to still build this line but build it younger, I don't know how long you would have a Charles Leno. And not only that, again, when the following season comes around, he will be 30 years old. So I'm not really sure how much more mileage Charles Leno has on him. But again, it's something that I wouldn't be mad about us signing him, but it's not really practical, being as though we got so many tackles as is. I mean, you're talking about we now have a plethora of tackles even after drafting Samuel Cosmi in the NFL draft a couple weeks ago. So, I mean, a week ago. But again, this is like, we're in a situation where we have to really assess what is going on with this team and why they're bringing certain people in. Again, like I said, Charles Leno, I'm not mad at trying to sign him, but is this really what he wants to do, especially at 30 years old? At 30 years old, with him going to be 30 next year, that's going to be a hard sell for him because he's going to want to sign a long-term deal so he doesn't have to be on the market at 30. I mean, we just saw what happened to Villanueva. I mean, he just recently got signed, and it's not pretty out there for 30-year-old tackles at this point. So Charles Leno, again, I wouldn't be surprised, but I think that at this point we have enough tackles, to be quite honest. I get that after the season, Cornelius Lucas might be gone, Jerron Christian might be gone, but we still don't know what Sadiq Charles is. So we'll definitely see again. And we got Samuel Cosmi, again, a guy who could play both tackle positions. So not really sure what's going on there, but Charles Leno is supposed to be visiting. Not really certain about us. I'm not against it, but I'm not for it either. So that's Charles Leno. The other one is Bobby McCain, the safety out of Miami. But the thing about him is that he's not the game-changing safety that you will want. He's not really even a formidable safety. He's just another safety, which to me is just like, we already got those on our team. Like, when you think about Jeremy Reeves and you think about DeShasia Everett, you know, we already got those guys on our team. And to try to basically bring in what is just another guy is kind of strange to me, because, I mean, now the funny thing about that was that I remember him being a corner and how good he was at cornerback. But when he was converted to safety, because I think he was initially converted to the free safety first, and then he was converted to the strong safety. He played better at strong safety than he did at free safety, and I think he played more games at strong safety than he did at free safety. So for me, it's like, I don't really see the benefit of signing just a guy. You know, again, now I will say this. He was fantastic as a cornerback. I think he played the slot. He was fantastic at the slot cornerback position. But I don't understand if they expect for him to play safety, because even when you think about it, currently right now, our best safety on our team is only going into his second year of the league. Everybody else has tenure in the league. So if you sitting here saying our best safety is only going into his second year, that's kind of insane. And again, like I said, if you're going to bring in a guy that's just a guy when it comes to safety, I don't think that's the thing. Now again, you get what Ron Rivera likes, which is that positional flex out of both players. I will say that Charles Leno and Bobby McCain, you both get positional flex, but they're still just guys. So, I mean, Charles Leno, he's an amazing tackle. He gets a lot of penalties, but he's an amazing tackle. Bobby McCain, he's an ordinary safety. So for me, that's I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I guess it'll be, by the time you guys will see this, it'll be Monday. But again, like I said, we'll see what happens. We'll see what Ron comes up with, or what he tells us at his reasoning, if he signs both of them or if he doesn't sign them. We'll find out his reasonings for that. But other than that, that's my opinion of the two guys coming in. Again, not a bad thing. They both have the Ron Rivera feel, which is the positional flex ability. But again, like I said, when it comes to especially when it comes to Bobby McCain, he's just a guy when it comes to safety. But he was a fantastic slot corner when he was playing slot corner. So that's that. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the thing that I think bothers me the most. My son is going to probably be mad at me about this video, but hey, it is what it is. Aaron Rodgers is a big crybaby. You know, and I understand that, you know, you don't get superstar quarterbacks all the time, but everybody's sitting here acting like Aaron Rodgers is being done so wrong. Like, why is Green Bay doing Aaron Rodgers like this? Green Bay should just go ahead and trade Jordan Love. Green Bay is so wrong for this. Green Bay should be ashamed of themselves. But nobody remembers at how Green Bay treated Brett Favre to give Aaron Rodgers the mantle. Nobody remembers exactly how Brett Favre was treated to give Aaron Rodgers the mantle of quarterback in Green Bay. Nobody's talking about that. Everybody tends to forget that season that Brett Favre had in 2007. Everybody tends to forget that. See, that is the thing that bothers me the most. Everybody's so focused on Jordan Love. Now, I do remember that there was the whole thing that, oh yeah, Aaron Rodgers is good and things like that. We haven't heard nothing about Jordan Love. Nobody's saying anything about Jordan Love. Not even anything negative. So that means that actually is a good sign. The fact that even Green Bay is contemplating moving on from Aaron Rodgers means that that there's a good sign for Jordan Love. But back to my initial thing. How many of y'all remember the 2007 season that Brett Favre had that year? Green Bay went 13-3 that year. Brett Favre, I think he had, because I remember he was a part of the MVP discussion that year. He had 28 touchdowns. He was second team All-Pro. He made the Pro Bowl. And I think he was like Sportsman of the Year or something like that. I can't remember what magazine had gave it to him, but I remember he was Sportsman of the Year that year. Coming off a 13-3 season, they let Brett Favre go at 38 years old. At 38 years old. Let him go and replaced him with Aaron Rodgers. Now, Aaron Rodgers has had this long tenure in Green Bay. What we're not talking about is the fact that Aaron Rodgers only won one Super Bowl in its entirety of Green Bay. We're not talking about the fact that the reason Tom Brady has won so much is because he's taken team-friendly deals so often. But yet and still, we're talking about how unfair Green Bay is treating Aaron Rodgers when Aaron Rodgers got the same treatment that he's currently getting when it came to Brett Favre getting let go and released from Green Bay to let Aaron Rodgers have the mantle. And here he is crying, moping, whining, and everything else. Trade me. Let me go. Let me do this. I don't understand. When he don't understand is that you got your job the exact same way. So you should understand more than anybody. You should understand the business of Green Bay. You should understand the business of the NFL. Because when it came down to it, Brett Favre was thrown out on the street. In fact, Brett Favre was forced to retire when he did not want to retire. And he was so pissed off that they had to trade him. He wanted to go to the Vikings, and Green Bay sent him to the Jets. Now, here's another thing. Everybody's talking about all these NFC teams and stuff like that. Green Bay traded Brett Favre to an AFC team, which was the Jets. Everyone forgets that. Everyone forgets that. But guess what? At the end of the day, when everything is said and done, why, as Washington fans, would we want a whiny ass quarterback who, by the way, on countless stories that we've heard coming out of Green Bay, is not the nicest person in the world, is not the great locker room guy? He doesn't fit the Washington culture that is being built here. So why bring in somebody like that just because he's an all-star quarterback? Superstar quarterback? That's the only reason why? There's this anime that I actually enjoy watching. And it's called Full Metal Alchemist. And their talk in this anime is about the factor of equivalent exchange. And what that is that it's the point of equivalent exchange is that you have to give up something of equal or more value to get something, the thing you want the most in return. In this anime, they were trying to bring back their mom from the dead. So with doing that, one had to give up their entire body, and the other one ended up giving up his arm and his leg. And they still didn't actually get their mother back because it wasn't an equivalent exchange. to go out there and want Aaron Rodgers, think about what you would have to give up for him. You're not giving up just a Jonathan Allen. You're not giving up a Tim Settle. You're not giving up a De'Ami Brown. You're not giving up a Taylor Heineke. No. Equivalent exchange for Aaron Rodgers is not only Montez Sweat, but maybe Montez Sweat and Cameron Curl. Or what about Montez Sweat and Terry McLaurin? Understand this. That is the equivalent exchange for somebody like Aaron Rodgers. For me, that is too much to give up for a quarterback who's nothing more than a big crybaby. This has been your man John Fortune, and this has been the Frustrated Fan Sports Show.